Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host, and this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. Well, this past weekend, I made a little stop in at the Rocky Mountain Con, which is all just comics and comic related stuff. And if you saw, I had a couple of videos on that, and I got so this is a haul video for the few things that I got there. Very quickly met and actually exceeded what I intended spending that day, and that's primarily because I did buy a graphic novel for $25, and but I think it's going to be well worth it from the looks of it. and everything else I bought was $5 a piece, and they were, with one exception, all from one box. And I would like to. I didn't even get around to even looking for any dollar boxes or cheaper stuff, because I wasn't out to spend very much money, and I just looked for some of the cheaper stuff and see if I can find some good stuff. Well, I found some good stuff here, and it's relatively inexpensive. And so we start with, I want to knock that over, with right here from DC Comics is the Sea Devils, number 29 from 1966. In a world beneath the waves, they became captives of the Golden Goddess. And the Sea Devils, I don't think I have any other issues of Sea Devils. I very seldom saw them, and when I did, it was mostly in later years in reprint, in some of the families, like Super Team Family, and the 100-page specials and stuff like that. So I've never been that familiar with Sea Devils, but it's something I really would have enjoyed. And they're known for having a lot of gray tone washes on the cover illustration to help convey the feeling of being underwater. And see, this looks good. I have no idea who the artist is here. Of course, there's no credits. He didn't do credits then, but it looks interesting. Of course, they're always, ridiculously fanciful for divers, but they're always coming across some kind of menace. And I tell you, all of these books look so good. I am anxious to read them, and I think probably nearly all of them I'm expecting in the next few weeks to do deep dives into. So let me know what you think of any of these. Then we have here some. I'm happy to have gotten this is Wilbur number 35 from 1951 from Archie Comics. And of course, it's teen humor, but it's not Archie, but it's Archie-like. It's very similar. And Wilbur just never caught on like Archie did, but they very occasionally bring him back. Of course, this is a very rough. You can see all the damage here on the cover, a rough copy. And of course, there are no credits. It's but it looks like some cute, interesting Wilbur stories, and probably a lot of plots that were also used in Archie. Even the teacher looks like Miss Grundy. But then it also has, where is it? Yeah, a Katie Keene story. So that's cool. I liked Katie Keene. I used to pick up an occasional issue of Katie Keene in the 80s, and I even had dress design that I designed was featured in one issue of Katie Keene from the 80s. Then here, this is one I was so happy to get because I just love Midnight Tales. This is Midnight Tales number 5 from 1973, Charlton Comics. This great Wayne Howard, Wayne Howard cover. And of course, those covers were all completely unrelated to the interior. They were simply a single panel gag. It says, "Don't worry, Arachne. I've done this trick dozens of times before. Maybe I'll finally get it right." And it's the Midnight Professor doing a magic show, and with the very lovely niece Arachne as his assistant, Coffin the Great magician. And I love this title, and I've so seldom come across any. So I was very glad when I did. There's some great Wayne Howard art in there. There's some Tom Sutton, and what's his name? Joe Stanton. Couldn't think of his name. Art in here. So that looks fun as well. Then we have from 1975, again, Charlton Comics, Haunted Love number 7. Haunted Love, Tales of Gothic Romance. And I never got any of this title. So this is, I love the Charlton horror comics from the 70s, but this is a title that I just have never had before, and I'm anxious to read those. San-Ho Kim art in the first story, some Pat Boyette art in there, and this is guy I recognize the artist, but I don't know his name. So, and that looks good and fun too. Then we get to and all those are the cool old issues and stuff. Then we get to more current stuff. This is a graphic novel, Bronze Star, by Mike Baron and Pat Broderick, and Mike Baron signed it for me. I talked with him briefly at the convention, and he, as I showed in my convention video, and he was pushing this, and of course I'm a big lover of westerns, and I did not catch when he said it at the time. I did not catch it when he said this is a supernatural western, and front cover, back cover, and yeah, it is, because also explains why he has a bronze star instead of a silver star on his chest, because he is a werewolf. And this looks at some great artwork. And I've been familiar with Pat Broderick for decades, but this is probably some of the best work, just as Mike Baron was raving about his artwork, and I think justifiably so, as far as I can tell. This is probably some of the best artwork I've seen from Pat Broderick. And then we're going to finish that up with here we have Vampirella Dracula Rage, issue number 1 from Dynamite from last year, from 2023. And this is, of course, is a photo cover. This is a photograph of the young lady who I spoke with, and was gracious enough to do the introduction for my convention video. And this is her name. She is Faces by Rachie. Her name is Rachel Holland. I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. And of course, this is not the same Vampirella costume that she wore at the convention, and that one was even skimpier than this. And I'm anxious to read this too. This is some really nice interior artwork, and some really great stuff. Now, she was so nice, and to talk to me and do all that. And here is a copy of her card. Flip around, and you can see her. If it'll focus on it. QR code. There it goes. If you to take you to her places, she's on there. It's and she's very lovely, and you can buy some of her stuff, and apparently she is from what she was telling me, she is the model that has done more photo covers than any other model out there. And if you might also notice that since the photo shoot that this cover was taken in to the time that I spoke with her at the convention, she had certain assets augmented. I'll just say, but she is just a lovely, lovely young lady. And from just a few minutes I got to talk with her, she seems so sweet, and I have since followed her on Facebook, so she can be found there too. And if you're so inclined, you can buy some of the other comics that she's been on, and enjoy reading them and looking at her. So that is all I have to share with you this time for my Rocky Mountain Con haul. And it was a lot of fun, and I wasn't even there very long. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. Do leave your comments down below. Tell me what you thought of both those old comics and the new comics over there. And I will be really interested in reading these and then doing episodes devoted directly to them, because they all look so good to me. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. I already said that already. And remember, comics are art.